Score. I got the laundry done. This is my husband's, and then this is the kids and my little portion over there. So I'm going to get that put away, and we have a crock pot meal going as well. I'll show you that here. All right, we have these going. That was that closeout item I got on the other channel, like $1.99. There's icing in here and then sprinkles. It's like a cookie cup is my understanding. And then over here we have our version of like a mulligan stew. Oh, okay, there we go. Got a little steamy of like a mulligan stew. So it has carrots and onions, and I'll shred that up when it's ready and I'll serve it over some mashed potatoes. But that is what's happening right now. Next, moving on to the dishes. And at some point, I'd love to sit down and give you the 24-week bump date little update, symptoms that I'm going through, some favorites and all of that. So I will be sitting down at some point and talking to you about all that. This is the bump. This is what I'm looking like. I have been living in comfy clothes. I've had these for so long. I got them with Wilder, and they're just dresses that are form-fitting. That's a tank top, and I wear them in the summer and winter. In the summer, I just don't put pants on underneath it, and I don't wear a sweater, but I love these. I think it complements it well. It's comfortable, and it's not too tight, and some fabrics can be an issue. I have been living in the tank top sports bras, I guess you could say. Anything that has the wire is just so tight and constricting, and it really doesn't help with heartburn if you didn't know that. So I've been doing that, but this is the bump, 24 weeks. Yes, of course, I love being pregnant, and even with all the sickness, you know, I just, it's amazing what your body can do. So that is what I've been living in. I don't typically get high-end maternity items, but if they're on sale, I'm gonna go for it. So this is the bump. And then here's the little bump. My belly button is starting to pop, as you can tell. I wouldn't say my tattoos stretch out too bad when I'm pregnant, but yes, that is what we're working with. I don't know if you can see it that well. I just put some belly oil on, so it's a little slick, but yay. So I've been trying to keep up with these every single month. Of course, I started the channel a little bit late in my pregnancy. So if you wanted reviews from other weeks, I would suggest just looking into YouTube. I followed Tara Henderson for the longest time, and she kind of blew up. So she had some really good updates, as well as Erin Williams back in the day. Wilder's 4, so I don't know, 4 years ago, she was going through some pregnancies, and she's had 4, and so has Erin at this point. But from here on out, I will be doing these monthly if I can. So fingers crossed. But we are at 24 weeks, which is pretty exciting. We had that anatomy scan and everything looked phenomenal. I'm going to go over some symptoms, which I don't like to call them that, some things I'm experiencing, some cravings, and then some products that I really love. And that's probably how I will go about it. So yes, some symptoms that I have been going through as of right now. I'm definitely experiencing heartburn, and what I have found to aid in that is just to lie on my side, left or right, it depends, and it typically goes away, but it really depends on the person. Of course, you can use Tums or something like that. I just typically don't go for some sort of, I guess, pharmaceutical or whatever you want to call that. I just try and cure it with either food or an exercise, and that's really helpful. My sister is actually a physical therapist, so I've looked to her for some exercises, and she's been super helpful. So unfortunately, I'm still getting sick, but I am able to keep down food for a longer amount of time. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't want to gross you out, but getting sick maybe 2 or 3 times a day. So I've just been really focusing on some protein and healthy fats, and that's not something I typically do when I'm not pregnant. So I think that that's really shifted my mind when it comes to how food makes me feel. So I've been really concentrated on getting the correct ingredients in my mind. So really well made, local, in-season ingredients. Of course, I'll have the occasional avocado, that's not local to us, but that has been really helping me. I think that's been a mindset shift for me as well. So that is really awesome. I will say I have anxiety already, but switching to this new doctor has just been incredible. I assumed that it was going to be a hard experience, but she's just been so kind, and the whole team really has just been awesome. And I've only visited with them 3 times now. So I'm loving that experience as well. Okay, same spot, different day. I have been having such huge issues with my camera. So I've been filming on my phone, and yesterday I had so many issues with storage, battery, people trying to call in. I love filming on my phone because it's super easy and the quality is still there. So I might be doing it from now on until I figure out my camera situation and some more external hard drives and all the computer stuff, all the behind the scenes that a lot of YouTubers like myself don't really like to talk about because it's not that fun. But anyways, we were talking about symptoms, and the next one I got questions about was insomnia. And I was saying, until I realized that I wasn't recording, that I am the worst person to ask for insomnia because my sleep is not that good to begin with. My daughter wakes up a lot during the night. And, I do believe that children, need their families when they are sleeping. We don't really sleep train or anything like that. My heart, it's really hard for my heart to take. So in the next 5 to 10 years, I expect my sleep pattern to get back to a healthy, normal level. But no, I have not been experiencing any insomnia, but maybe I don't realize it because I'm so tired to begin with. And yeah, it's just something that I deal with. It's not something like that's a huge stick in my side or anything, but I will say I'm pretty tired throughout the day, and I just try and keep moving, keep my feet going. If you haven't noticed, I do have like a lot of hobbies, and I'm constantly on the go, and that's because if I sit down, I can't get back up. I have motivation to, I'm just extremely exhausted. So insomnia symptoms, no, I'm not experiencing that yet, but we will see. Which leads me to the baby's movement. She definitely is like my other 2, and right around 10 o'clock is when she starts kicking around, and I love that time. So I just really sit down and cherish it. I try and sing her a song every night. It's something that I did with my son and my daughter right around the same time, and I plan to sing it to her when she's out of the womb as well, and that is signaling that we're going to sleep. I'm hoping that's making a memory for her. I know she can hear me. I know she can feel my touch and things like that. So
And I also know that she can experience my feelings and how I'm feeling during that time. And it's a happy time when she's kicking because I can feel her, and it's a calm time for my mind, and it's quiet. She probably doesn't get a lot of that during the day with my 2 kids. So I experience her kicking at night. Typically they're going to be reversed. My experience, that's just mine though. So yes, prepare for that if you're not yet feeling your baby kick, because it's really a beautiful moment. And then one more symptom, I guess, that I'm experiencing are cravings. And I love talking about them because they're really interesting to me. Olives has been my craving throughout every girl pregnancy that I've had. With Wilder, it was more savory items, and I'm definitely still savory with this pregnancy, which surprises me. I'm just savory and sweet, but my sweet with this pregnancy is not like cakes and cookies. It's more pineapples and raspberries and more sweeter fruits, which I enjoy. I love finding them, but they're kind of out of season, so it's hard to find, and sometimes they're expensive, especially if you're getting organic. I have found the cheapest organic out of season fruits at Sprouts, but I know not everybody has that. We've seen some at Costco, but it depends. I am pretty selective about my organic food. If it's on the Dirty Dozen, I try my absolute best to, get it organic. But if it's not and it's in a shell, like an avocado for instance, I like to save money by not buying that organic. That's just what I do. If you have it in the budget to buy all organic, go you do that. I encourage you to, but it's not in the budget right now. So yes, olives are a big one. My craving the other night, and basically every night, is some sort of salty with cheese. So like chips and cheese, and what I do is just take tortilla chips and sharp cheddar cheese and melt it on there in the oven, and then I've been wanting barbecue sauce on that and olives, and then sometimes I put pineapple on that. I don't know why, but that combination's really good. I encourage you to try it if you haven't. If we run out of chips, which happened last night and I was unaware of it, so I need to start having my hiding spots again. I do that with my pregnancy so no one eats all the food that I want. But yeah, you could do just crackers and cheese, and that is satisfying for me too. And then I've really been loving potato salad, and by that I just do a baked potato, crisp it up and cut it up into cubes, and then I put it over arugula or spinach with some cranberries or dried cherries or something like that, and a little bit of ranch or blue cheese, more of a creamy dressing. And then what else do I put in there? Oh, hemp seeds and croutons. And yeah, I've been really enjoying that, as well as veggie sandwiches. So that was a craving through that's just a craving in general for me. I love sandwiches, especially veggie sandwiches. Any veggie you can put on there with a little bit of mayo and oil and vinegar, I am all about. I love it. I grew up in rural Pennsylvania, as we know, and we always had hoagie shops everywhere. So I am missing that, but I think that's the craving that I'm craving, like the fresh bread with oregano and oil and vinegar and like a mayo or something, or some sort of like dressing. But yes, sandwiches with veggies. I've been loving pickles, avocado, tomato, spinach, and then I just put hummus on there just for something extra, and then I do mayo, and if I do hummus, I don't do oil and vinegar, but I put oregano over everything, and it's really satisfying, especially if I have like sourdough toast or if I have a hoagie roll, which is hard to find. So I try and make them, but sometimes they take too long and I just want a quick bread to access. So that's it for cravings. Now I'm going to talk about some products, and these, if you know me, might be a little bit out of the norm, but my skin gets very dry here in Colorado, but when I'm pregnant, it gets extremely dry, like out of control. And I used Eucerin for a long time. I don't like the feeling. I don't like it on my hands either. I don't like when I put it on. I don't like the smell, although it's supposed to be fragrance free. I just don't like it. So my mom suggested the Aveeno Skin Relief, and I do like to make my own lotions and balms and things like that, but even that just cannot get through my dry skin. It is not, it's not good, especially in the winter here in Colorado. So I've been using this. It's amazing. It's a little pricey. I think this is $9.99, but I've been waiting at Target for it to be at least 10% off. And then I purchased 2 or something like that because I know I'll use this. And I just lather this on every time I get out of the shower, and it's really helpful. And I just go all the way up to my neck. And then of course I use my own moisturizer like you saw earlier today in the morning when I was getting ready. So yes, Aveeno, it's really awesome. I also have been loving this Shea Moisture Coconut and Hibiscus body oil. And I just use that on my stomach and just around that area towards my back, like where my love handles are, and then my upper thighs and that area, any area that it's going to be stretching out. I just like to keep it hydrated. So I do that every night while I'm singing the baby a song and just kind of signaling that we're getting ready for the night. So I've been really loving that, but that's also pricey. So I wait for it to go on sale at Target. It's amazing though. Another thing that I've been loving are these Kate Quinn nursing bras. I bought these, you know, when I was nursing with Wilder, I think. So, or maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know, but they're cotton. They're not tight. And then they have, these are old. So then they have this cross front and this right here. And then I have like a lavender purple one. And these are really nice. It's organic bamboo fabric. And then I found these at Marshall's. There's like a 3-pack for $8.99, but it's just really comfy. And I'm always wearing something warm over top, so I'm not really worried about anything peeking through, but these are really helpful as well. Like I said, I don't like the wire bras because they're like super constricting, especially when you have heartburn and you just want to be comfy. So the idea for this pregnancy is just to be comfy and clean. I am finding that I am thriving in a minimal, clean, and calm environment. I know that's a mouthful, but that's been really helpful. And then I did get a question on names. We're not going to share any, but my husband and I will fight tooth and nail to the end, until the baby is born, about a name. That's just how we are. That's how it was with Delilah. She didn't have a name for 2 hours. So, well, she did. And then it was vetoed while I was, she was out, and then it was vetoed. But that was an agreement between the both of us because we looked at her and we didn't think she fit that name. So we're not sure yet. There is a list of names. I like family names. I like unique names. I don't want anyone else to have the name, which is selfish, but that's just how I am. And then my husband likes more classic traditional names, especially for girls. So we will see. He's thrown some in the mix that I'm not a fan of. And I'm trying to let those names carry with me and see if I actually like them, but so far it's not working. So yeah, I think that is it. And then in the future to come, we have the 28-week appointment, and I get a RhoGAM shot that week. It's always in my leg, and something always goes strange. With Wilder, I got my RhoGAM shot and I had to park on this was when we lived in Boulder, so it was a bigger hospital, and I had to park on the 8th floor. And then I got to the elevator and the elevator wasn't working, so I was walking up 8 flights of stairs with that shot that I just got. And I also signed up for a baby box, which it's a free item. I encourage you to look for it at your local hospital, or there's different drop-offs, but it comes with a bunch of stuff, and essentially it's a cardboard box, and it comes with a mattress, and you can put your baby in it. We didn't do that, but it works if you are on a budget, but it's a large box, so it was the whole thing. And then with Delilah, I got it, and I got called back in the office twice. So I got in the car, and then I had to go back and forth and back and forth. And then what happened? Oh, I was going to school that day, and it was a field day or some day where I had to walk a lot. So that was, really tricky. So hopefully this time when I get it, I won't have to walk, because it is actually painful. That is a shot that I don't like any shots in general, but it's a shot I'm not a fan of. And also at 28 weeks, you do your gestational diabetes drink, which I've opted out of, and then I will talk to the doctor about what I can do instead, just to check. I've never had it, but you never know. And it's just not a drink that I'm a fan of. I don't like the ingredients. So I might find an alternative. And if I do, I will definitely update you. I've found a few online, so we will see. And then at 30 weeks, I believe, or 32 weeks, that's when they start doing every 2-week appointments. So I've talked to my midwife, and with it being my 3rd pregnancy, I don't think it's like extremely necessary for me to go to every appointment. So we might just go to the big ones just because of our circumstance. You know, I'm typically at home with the kids. I can't bring them with me to the hospital, and it's really hard to schedule my appointments around my husband's schedule just because it's so unpredicted. So yeah, I talked to her about that, and I'm feeling comfortable with that. I'm okay with that decision. So yes, drop any questions, comments you have down in the comment box below, and I will get back to you. I'm so happy everyone is here. We hit 100 subscribers, and I just looked at that number and cried because wow, it took me a very long time on the other channel to get to that mark, and I just feel good when I pick up the camera and upload to this channel. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel connected with all of you, and I am enjoying filming the day in the lives again because that's my favorite thing to film. So I have been really loving vlogging, and if you like that kind of thing, you have to let me know if you like the days in the life and what you want to see in those day in the lives, because my days here at home, although it can get mundane, we always are doing something different, trying to find an activity for the kids to do. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, let me know in the comment box as well. I think I'm going to close out the vlog here. Thank you so much for being here today. I will catch you on the next one. Bye, y'all.